Good. Are we on? I guess we are. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the program. It is Sunday. It is it is me. I am here, and I'm doing some coffee. It's a coffee thing happening. I guess that's the point of the show. We're all here. Let's get a look at these. Oh, they're all discombobulated. You get the gist. Um, I am not in any of my usual locations. I am, of course, in Chicago. We are almost about to start the final week of the Chicago residency. Today will be a shorter episode. I'm just going to go for 30 minutes because I have a plane to catch after this juncture. And I also want to say, stop what you're doing because it is the end of Shark Week today. And be topical, be timely, be relevant, and watch the latest Hey W with Shark Boy. We always bring him in every year. Nobody ever tells me. This time they told me, so I was ready for him. And I was disappointed. We talk about his life, his career, and what it means to be a shark and a boy. Go watch it, go like it, go comment, go share, go tell AEW it's great, go tell Discovery and Shark Week how nice it is. Go do that, please. By the way, according to Christine's count, it's episode 150. Shark Boy was our big 150. Who would have thought our 150 would have fallen on Shark Week? Not me. My hands are tied. Maybe next week we'll have a better guest. Who knows? I got this. Is you are loved. You're loved. If you say so. And for some reason, they don't even have my name. It's no name. And here we are. Let's talk to people. Christine said hello and goodbye from Munich. Hope everyone has a lovely chat. Plenty of requests from Harley. And happy 150 episodes of Heyday. It's such a controversial episode that Disco Inferno's tweeted about already, saying, quote, nobody cares. But I don't know if he really means that or if it's one of his fun bits. He's such a fun guy. Manuel said, underrated movie from the Jaws because what? Dara said, good morning, beloved cult family. Prisma said, good morning, friends. I trust everyone had a good week. You can never trust that. Nomic said, greetings and salutations. Prisma said, oh, international. Christine, have a wonderful time. Cam said, good morning, everyone. Cam loved Munich when they went. Efren said, howdy. Prisma said, also I have to say, rather underwhelming guest for Hey 150. A far cry from Sting or Kenny Omega. Okay, Prisma, you fucking get them. Go tweet Sting and say, why haven't you been on the show? Don't tell me you're all dumping this shit on me. Go tell that fucking guy. My seat's open. Maybe he doesn't want to do it, and then it should be a reflection on him and not me. Maybe you should tell him that you're disappointed, that you find him to be underwhelming, that he hasn't done this show yet. Direct your attention elsewhere. Maybe you'll get better results. Ellie said, hey, y'all, happy Sunday. Mr. Scott said, good morning. It's Sunday. You know what I meant? Good morning, everyone. Said Miss Sanity. Lady Pam, Chronic Snake said, great episode. Mia said, good morning, beautiful people. Aaron said, good morning, friends. Chronic Snake said, yay. Mia Nomic said, stomp, stomp, clap. AKA Baldy's been a member for 38 months. And simply said, Mo Beret. Mia has been a member for 35 months. Said, happy birthday, Nails. It's Nails' birthday today. Isn't that sweet? Please sing a song of her choice. Well, she'll have to choose. Christian Ramos said, Shark Boy video was peak entertainment. This is a nice thing to say. Dara said, it was a dream getting to meet you Thursday, RJ. I met Dara at the All Elite Comedy 3 at the Lincoln Lodge here in Chicago. We had a swell time. Me, Colt, Harley, Kyle Fletcher, who was in quite a mood, Sky Blue, special surprise guest Dalton Castle and Turbo Floyd, just the one outrunner, and Willow Nightingale. It was a hoot. We all had a nice time. We all learned things about each other. Efren said, there they go, writing on your cup again, RJ. So I've seen now, if you go look, they're just pre-writing them. You look at the stack of cups, they all have shit on them. So what's the fucking point of that? Just stamp it on. Or just print that when you print the fucking cups. Like a Lululemon bag. Yay, Harley's here. Flick your nipple and then roar like a proud lion and then giggle, then fall over. Oh, my God. Shark Boy went from a child with abs to a wolf man. I don't know what that means. Oh, I see what you're saying. Christian said, RJ, what's your coffee order? This is because I couldn't get the cup. This is a long story. So this hotel, you can't do Uber Eats, you have to do DoorDash. And DoorDash with this particular Starbucks means you cannot get a cold brew coffee without ice. They won't do any modifications, which bothers me. So I got a regular coffee here with sugar-free vanilla syrup. I thought that was a fun twist on it. Prisma said, happy cultiversary to me. Can we get an improv song about sharks? Oh, they call me the shark. No, that is not a lock. Because I leave a mark with my teeth. Oh, they call me the shark. Are you a cop or some kind of narc? Oh, that tree has some bark and a leaf. What am I doing out of the water? Am I an amphibian? Am I some kind of otter? I'm not the man that you want to fight because I have my bite. Ba-dum-bum, because I am a shark. Dun, 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 dun. Previously mentioned shark. Dun, 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 dun. And I leave a mark with my teeth. It's my improvised song about sharks. Ever since good morning to Harley, that's nice. Efren is laughing. Okay, I didn't expect an episode from Shark Boy. Well, here you go. Joey said, hasn't watched the episode yet, but I got to ask, did Shark Boy smell fishy? No, he smelled like a boy. Daryl said, just finished the Shark Boy episode, but Jabberjaw, voiced by Frank Welker as Curly Howard, feels left out. Listen, I had to remove other shark references from that portion. There were too many sharks. Aaron said, as a shark phobia haver, thank God it's finally over. Although, can you have a phobia of a shark? Is it considered I don't think it's that abnormal. It's like, oh, I have a fear of dying. It's like, well, it's because it's dying. I don't think you have a phobia. I think you have a normal fear. Neil said, thank you, Mia. I don't know where I've gone here. So far behind. Yeah, thank you, Mia. I would like a song about how much RJ loves his cult members. Look at how far we've come. Look at how much we've done. This cult is so special to me. For those of you who see how much we've done together in every kind of weather, whether we're outside and tanned or paled, it's the birthday of one named Nails. She's a cult member, and we must remember together, we're not a cult, because I don't want to get arrested. I also don't want to get molested. This wound on my hand, it's infested with love. But it's not a cult. That is the song about how much I love the cult members. Joe said, good morning, everyone. Loved the show Thursday. We had a great time. Joe was there. Dara was there. Wonderful person. Brought me a DVD of Crossing to Lansing for my birthday, which is all I wanted. Mr. Scott said, this question seems appropriate. Thoughts on the incredible Mr. Limpet? A technical marvel. Only could be played by Don Knotts. When they tried it with Jim Carrey, it did not make any sense at all. It was frustrating. It was horrible. Go look at let me bring up So Jim Carrey tried to do Limpet, and it did not work at all. It's fucking horrific. What are we doing here? Nemo, it's not. Thumbs down indeed. That's correct. So only it tells you how special John Knotts was that he could pull that off. Neil said, thank you, everyone. Prisma said, I hit a nerve. Well, did you manage to get a rare Hey interview during StarCast? No, I did not. Maybe because StarCast is also run like fucking ass. Oh, here's your show at the same time all the other photo ops are on. Good luck. Thanks. Really fucking helpful. Maybe that's the last time we're doing StarCast like that. I'm going to make some fucking demands because it was awful. We put together a fucking show, and you have Matt Cardona coming up and say, oh, let's unbox this. And it's like, that's not the same. It's not the same fucking shit. I was going to rant about something else at StarCast, and I can't remember what it was. I lost my train of thought. Oh, for my dear Key to City members, you have until the end of today to get all your questions in for Ask RJ. I will be answering them tomorrow or Tuesday. And also, you have access to that StarCast show in the members exclusive thing. And you will also start getting access to clips from Thursday. It was a hell of a time. Cam said, speaking of the comedy show, what inspired the infamous Kyle RJ kiss? I heard Sky Blue was quite upset because she can't fucking hang. I don't know. I don't know what inspired. Oh, I guess we're talking about Takeshita. And I was saying that Kyle and Takeshita are so attractive that they're not gay. They're just, it makes sense. Like, they're not attractive as men, they're attractive in general, regardless of what your sexuality is. So I think it crosses boundaries. And then things happen. Arlie said, that was lazy and shit. She's fun. Ellie said, never a dull moment in the stream. Nail said, I can't believe he does everything Arlie says. I said, he's a good boy. This is just demeaning. This is a group demeaning me. Messani said, when was this week's Hey recorded? It was quite timely with Ozzy and the Crosby reference and Cosby references. I don't know if it's timely with the Cosby references. It was recorded this week. I mean, that's when he's in. He's only in on Shark Week. It's the only time you see this guy. Chronic Snake said, who would win? Street Sharks versus them cats that flew a jet. Are you talking about Samurai Pizza Cats? I think we would go with Street Sharks because at some point, unless the cats are dropping bombs, they got to get on the ground. Lauren said, hello, RJ and chat. I just spent the weekend at the JFL Comedy Festival. I was wondering if you could book a comedy festival. Who would be there? I have a thing, despite his a few questionable affiliations. I really enjoy Ron White. I've always enjoyed him, and I think I would like him there. Let's just play alive, because dead we could go on forever. Ron White, Jeremy Hotz, a Tim Heidecker type I think would be nice. I'm thinking of other people who are now dead. That's two of them. I'm thinking of more people who are dead. Colin Quinn, Mario Cantone, Susie Essman. Do I need Jon Stewart? Do I need him at the festival? I don't know if it's necessary. I don't know if I need him at the festival. And maybe Stephen Wright to balance it out. Yeah, I think that works. I'm just going for stand-up because, oh God, I can talk about this forever. You get off track. I was trying to keep myself in a box to make it easier. Neil said, I love the puns this week. I hope Dalton Castle enjoys this episode. Who cares? Neil said, did you watch Darby with the Sharks? That boy is crazy. I'll say. Messani said, have you had the chance to see the first Martin Short episode of MASH Game yet? I will tell you something. The guy who directed this MASH game, it's filmed in Montreal. They're getting Canadian tax credits. His name is Harb, and he directed multiple CBC things I worked on. And I'm so upset that I have a connection, and I feel like I'm good friends with this guy. I'm on good terms, and that I was not involved in the MASH game in any way. I'm very upset. I haven't watched it yet. In protest. Efren said, I got in trouble by the head guy at the Sheraton for moving your coffee and bagel prior to the next show at StarCast. Bagel anarchy. You know, we busted our asses to get you bagel and coffee, and the StarCast isn't fuck. Apparently, it's called gaylophobia. I think you're thinking of homophobia. Oh, the fear of sharks. Oh, okay. Why does it sound gayer? Aaron said, RJ, I can't even look at a photo of them without getting panicky. Yeah, fair. Nell said, damn it, he always manages to affirm it's not a cult, even though it is. The fish was a jump scare. It's a cult, and I love being here. Nell said, the Big Bill segment of brunch was certainly something. He did some stand-up. Mia said, oh, crap, ask RJ. I have so much I have to before I leave. Oh, yeah. Mr. Scott said, you can't spell culture without you are cult. Prisma said, Takeshita is an absolute babe. Ellie said, hey, I take Takeshita on a Cinnabon date. Shanika said, good morning, everyone. James said, after last week, we need Anthony Maniscalco. I love that guy. Joe said, Ron White is amazing. Live. Oh, thoughts on Stephen Colbert's show getting canceled? Did you ever watch him at all? I think it's weird. I did watch him. I like the Colbert Report better, but I think he was good. I don't think he was bad. It's a dying genre, and I'm surprised they at least didn't retool and they just outright canceled it, because you're canceling a show that goes beyond just the host. You know what I mean? That show's been around for quite a long time. Aaron said, a treat before my birthday tomorrow. I'd like to hear Skimble Shanks, the Railway Cat. Oh my God, I don't know how it goes. Oh my God. I'm just going to sing the lyrics and it's not going to be. Oh God. I don't know how it goes. Let me read you the poem. This was one I definitely would go to the bathroom during. I'll read you the poem from T.S. Eliot. There's a whisper down at line 1139 when the night mail's ready to depart, saying, Skimble, where is Skimble? Has he gone to hunt the thimble? We must find him or the train cannot start. All the guards and all the porters and the station master's daughters, they are searching high and low, saying, Skimble, where's Skimble? For unless he's very nimble, then the night mail just can't go. At 11:42, then the signal's nearly due, and the passengers are frantic to a man. Then Skimble will appear, and he'll saunter to the rear. He's been busy in the luggage van. This is barely a poem. He gives one flash of his glass green. He gives one flash of his glass green eyes, and the signal goes, all clear. And we're off at last for the northern part of the northern hemisphere. This is awful. How is this a book? You may say that by and large it is Skimble who's in charge of the sleeping car express. From the driver and the guards to the bagman playing cards, he will supervise them all, more or less. Down the corridor he paces and examines all the faces of the travelers in the first and the third. He establishes control by a regular patrol, and he knew at once if anything occurred. He will watch you without winking, and he sees what you are thinking, and it's certain that he does not approve of hilarity and riot, so the folk are very quiet when Skimble is about and on the move. You can play no pranks with Skimble Shanks. He's a cat that cannot be ignored, so nothing goes wrong in the Northern Mail when Skimble Shanks is aboard. Oh, it's very pleasant when you have found your little den with your name written up on the door. And the berth is very neat with a newly folded sheet, and there's not a speck of dust on the floor. There is every sort of light you can make it dark or bright. There's a handle that you turn to make a breeze. There's a funny little basin you're supposed to wash your face in, and a crank to shut the window if you sneeze. Then the guards look in politely and will ask you very brightly, do you like your morning tea weak or strong? But Skimble's just behind him and was ready to remind him, for Skimble won't let anything go wrong. And when you creep into your cozy berth and pull up the counterpane, you ought to reflect it's very nice to know that you won't be bothered by mice. You can leave that all to the railway cat, the cat of the railway train. In the watches of the night, he is always fresh and bright. Every now and then he has a cup of tea, with perhaps a drop of scotch while he's keeping on the watch, only stopping there to catch a flea. You were fast asleep at Crewe, and so you never knew that he was walking up and down the station. You were sleeping all the while he was busy at Carlisle, where he greets the station master with elation. But you saw him at Dumfries, where he speaks to the police if there's anything they ought to know about. When you get to Gallowgate, there you do not have to wait, for Skimbleshanks will help you to get out. He gives you a wave of his long brown tail, which says, I'll see you again. You'll meet without fail on the midnight mail, the cat of the railway train. It's awful. This is awful. What a piece of shit that was. Sorry, Aaron, but happy birthday. Ellie said, I heard they canceled the Stephen Colbert show to get the stream rights to South Park. I don't buy that. These people are shitting money. James said, happy birthday also to you, Nails. I missed when it was. Nails said, Mia, did you remind him yet? RJ, when are you going to sort out the channel amount? I will look at it today. Prisma said, of course, the cult second along with Christine. I wish you the very best day. James said, Aaron, the first birthday greeting was for you. I saw I didn't type your name. Aaron said, I'm currently rehearsing for Skimbleshanks. If anyone gets up to go to the bathroom during my song, I'm definitely coming down there. I think it's also because people don't care for railroads. I think it's a commentary on modern transportation. Nell said, clean your basins. Mia said, what's your cheat meal for today? Don't know. Pancakes. Maybe some pancakes. Prisma said, so you think Colbert is being canceled is weird? Elaborate a little. Well, I mean, you invested so much into this show. It seems sudden to just totally cancel it. It seems partially for other reasons. Are they entirely? No. Does it look bad? Yes. Could they have done it in a better way? Absolutely. Nell said, are you cold? Are you hype on coffee? You seem bouncing. I'm sitting in this fucking chair that's very uncomfortable, so I have to keep moving around. It's not, I can't get settled in it. Mia said, Nails, it's my Ask RJ question. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. How about that railway cat? How is this a book? Oh, here's the analysis of it. This poem depicts Skimbleshanks, the intelligent cat who serves as an indispensable figure on Night Mail. Playful, witty style. The poem narrates Skimble's pivotal role in ensuring the train's punctual departure, supervising its operations. In comparison to Eliot's other works, such as The Wasteland, this poem displays a lighter and more whimsical tone, reflecting the era's interest in the celebration of everyday experiences and, I was correct, the modernization of transportation. That's why nobody likes it now. It was too of its time. Prisma said, how has Chicago been treating you during the residency? Well, I've really only been at the hotel, the Lincoln Lodge, and the Aragon Ballroom. I like the ballroom. I like having multiple shows in the same building and knowing where I'm going. That's nice. It makes me feel comfortable, and you get into a groove and you can fucking relax a little. Sometimes when every week's a different building, it's kind of a pain in the ass. You waste so much time going, where is everything? Dara said, RJ, keep an eye out for me at Dynamite this week. I'll do my best. Mia said, do you think they will have a replacement for the late night show? I don't think they will. I think they're going to go full. I mean, replacement, they got to put something on, but I don't think it'll be an original comedy program at all. Aaron said, people aren't whimsical enough anymore. What? Let's define whimsy. Playfully quaint or fanciful behavior or humor. Well, I think I'm whimsy. A thing that is fanciful or odd is not. We have plenty of things that are odd. We're missing the fancifulness. We need to bring back more fans. I think that's the missing ingredient. So I said, any plans to watch Happy Gilmore 2? Well, I haven't set a date. I have a lot of other movies I have to get through first. Absolutely. There was one on my list I wanted to watch today, and I can't remember what the fuck it. Oh yes, Crossing to Lansing. Prisma said the Oregon Ballroom is quite nice. It is. Nell said, do we need to see the first Happy Gilmore to enjoy the second? Absolutely, yes. Nell said, have you taken a picture on the fancy balcony? I have. I haven't posted them yet, but they've been taken. Also, I really want to see. Let me see if they're up. There was some Brainbuster, our wonderful photographer, came and took pictures at the comedy show, and I'm very excited to see them. I don't think they're up yet. No, they're not. Maybe he doesn't put them up on the AEW thing, but still, I'm excited. Katie Jonan said, good morning, RJ. What is your favorite AEW episode? Oh my God, that's so hard to say. We've done 150 episodes now, as of today. I don't know how I feel. I don't know. I feel different every week. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. I hate them after I do them, and then I watch them back, and I go, it's not that bad. It's hard to pick a favorite. I will say the one where I had the best time doing it was Rock and Roll Express. It was the only time I remember in the moment going, this is great. And it's like a cool thing for me to be a part of. I'm happy we can do this. What's your favorite AEW? Joe said, I recommend Willie's and Waffles while you're in Chicago. It's an experience. He's played Chicago. I was just saying this yesterday to Juice. Chicago, the traffic in Chicago doesn't warrant what it's offering. The same traffic in New York. I said, well, you're in New York. You got a lot of stuff here. Or in LA, there's, this is Hollywood. Chicago's offerings do not warrant how long it takes to get anywhere. Dara said, the Lincoln Lodge is actually a great place, too. A nonprofit, $25 tickets and no item minimum. It's also a 12-minute walk from my apartment. I mean, go. These are places. Every city has places like this. And they're lovely. And they're needed for people to do their stuff. So Lincoln Lodge is delightful. I'm sure we'll be back whenever the fuck we're back again. Katie said, wow, there's so many good episodes. Taz is an excellent one. I watched Kevin Knight again last night, and he's so funny. I'll tell you, Taz certainly thinks his was the best episode. And that's what's important to him. Nell said, I pick a favorite, and then I remember another episode, and I just can't decide. Which is, I think, a good, healthy thing. Brisbane said, the original Happy Gilmore is a cult classic. I'm not sure. I think it's cult classic. I think it was a pretty mainstream SNL-connected movie. Mia said, now I want breakfast. I guess I'll go to Cracker Barrel. Nell said, Mark Briscoe was great. Yes, he was. And it's insane to be like, to look back and think how long ago that was and what was going on at the time. It's we've been doing the show for over 3 years now. Isn't that crazy? It's just wild. Isn't that just nutty? Isn't that just fucking nuts? Tween up. See, and there's so many things I don't remember. So the fact that anyone remembers it and enjoys it, I think it's a good time. And Scott Blue, when she was on the show, the comedy show on Thursday, we talked about her episode. Everyone in that show has been on the show, which I think is great. Nail said, episode 151 feels like a new season starting. I will promise you, if you hated Shark Boy, we have not Shark Boy next week. We have a good one. Mr. Scott said, time limit, catch plane. I'm going. I have 1 minute left. Neil said, I only speak in hey quotes. So I can't. It's weird when you work on them and you try to be prepared. The second that we're done filming, I forget them completely. So I'm always pleasantly surprised when I hear jokes I've done and I find them funny. Neil said, we're all waiting Kenny Omega. So am I. What would you like me to do? And Sting. Prisman said, I'm looking forward to not Shark Boy next week. Oh, we have definitely for sure not Shark Boy next week. But having said that, the only way we cannot have not Shark Boy next week is if all of you watch the episode today with Shark Boy. Go watch, go like, go comment, go share, go tell everyone that you love it. Things are happening. share the link, post shit, pictures, whatever the fuck. And let everyone know you had a nice time, including Discovery, because they pay for most of this. Chronosix said, Kenny can show you how to play Marvel vs. Capcom. I fucking know how to play it. I don't need a fucking tutorial. Jesus. That is the show today. Go watch, go like, go comment. You have an extra half hour to do that. It should be fine. And let's get a final look at these. Oh, God. There we go. Isn't that fun? In the meantime, from my Skimble Shanks to yours, Godspeed.